Okay, so it's been an hour and our dough is risen. So you see it's about double the size. It's a little bit wider than it was before. And now what we're going to do is we're going to slash these, spray them down, and get them into the oven. So when you're slashing your dough, kind of the purpose here is to give, what's going on right now is the yeast are really working in there. They're breaking down those sugars and they are producing carbon dioxide gas, which is building up in that dough, which is causing it to rise. And as soon as you put these in the oven, the temperature in that dough is going to start to heat up. And as that temperature heats up, the process that the yeast are undergoing is going to speed up. So that fermentation, that's going to speed up and they're going to produce carbon dioxide gas faster and faster rate, and it's really going to spring up really quickly. And the slashes give the gas a place to escape, so you don't get it busting out the sides or anything like that. It really promotes a nice rise. So I've got some flour on the dough just to kind of dry it off a little bit to make it easier for the knife. And now, when you're slashing, you got to use like a really sharp knife or a razor blade. There's actually a tool called a lame that you can get, which I have one, but I'm not that good at using it. So I just have a really sharp serrated knife. And what you're going to do is you're going to make slashes, and you kind of almost want to make them like parallel to the dough. And I'm just going to do 3, maybe like a ½ an inch deep, kind of almost straight down the middle like that. And what these are going to do is these are going to open up, and you're going to get, you know, it's got to be really sharp to kind of get it through. If you have a dull knife, that's never going to work. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to actually spray the loaves with some water at this point. And if you don't have a spray bottle, you can just kind of brush them with some, like a brush. If you have like a grill brush or just even a paintbrush that's never been used. And what's going to happen here is this is going to keep that nice and moist. And what's going to happen is it's going to create steam in the oven. And as this dough rises, as soon as this outer crust starts to solidify, that really is going to inhibit the rising. And what we want to do is promote the rising. So a lot of recipes will tell you to spray in the oven, and I've done that many times. But I find that I get just as good of a oven spring by doing it this way, without really having to spray in the oven. So we're going to get over there, and we're going to get these in. The oven's preheated to 475, and I'm actually not going to bake at 475. I'm going to bake at 425, but I'm preheating to 475 so I get a really good burst of heat right when I put it in there. And I'm not going to lose, it's not going to take any time for the oven to come back up to temperature. So I'm going to, got my stones in there, I'm just going to slide these in, shut the oven. I'm going to set the timer, turn the oven off. Don't forget to do this. Reset it for 425 and then set the timer for 15 minutes. These are going to bake for about 25 minutes overall. Okay, so we'll come back in about 15 minutes.